Sharp Game here, back with another video coming at you from chooseyourrelationships.com, author of Love Can't Wait, which can be found on amazon.com. And P.S. and by the way, check me out on Instagram, Sharp Game. I'm over there much more than ever before. And check out my website, chooseyourrelationships.com. And over there, a lot of articles over there, some videos, content, all the good stuff over there, all the goodies over there. So I get a lot of questions, a lot of email from a lot of people. And a lot of guys are they always they get caught up into their feelings, how they feel. They talk about how they're being mistreated, how they have a hard time uh, taking care of their family, being a parent, taking care of the household. A lot of guys are being disrespected, and they tell, I guess, their friends and family what's going on, and they're not feeling them. They don't have empathy for them. They don't. Some guys feel like their friends and family are not on their side. They're not supporting them. They're not being supported. And I can relate to a lot of that. And what I'm here to say, man, that nobody really cares, man. Nobody cares what happens with you. You have to understand that most people are so self-absorbed with their own problems and whatever they got going on in their own lives that they don't really care about anybody else. Most people, they don't even care about their kids if they got them. If they got a husband, they don't really care. If they got a wife, they don't really care about their wife. Most people don't care about you. They really don't. And it took me a long time to come to this conclusion. Yeah, you got a couple people, 2 to 5 people that might be around you that actually care about you. They care about your well-being. They care about what happens to you. By the time, I'm gonna say by the time you hit 40, 50 years of age, you're gonna have 2 to 5 people in your entire life. But of all the people you meet in your life, by the time you hit 40, 50, 60, if you make it, if you live to be that age, you're gonna have 2 to 5 people that's really down with you. That's gonna really be there when shit really gets real. Now, I mean, they'll be there for the good times, but they'll be there for the bad times as well. They'll be there when you get sick. They'll be there when you're on the hospital bed. They'll be there. They'll be to your funeral. They'll be there when you're in danger. These are the people I'm talking about. Now, most people that I'm gonna say most people you spend the most time with, when shit gets real, they're not gonna be around. That's just what it is. You know, people you spend time with at your job, you know, you might have the same job 5, 10 years. As soon as your car broke down, now you gotta catch the bus. You show up late 2, 3 times in a 30-day span, they're ready to get rid of you. As a matter, I'm gonna give you an example. I got a friend that got lost his job 6 months ago. He was he had the job same job for about 10 years. 10 years, right? He wrecked his car and he had to put his car in the shop to get it fixed. But when he put his car in the shop, he realized that he didn't have the rental rental policy. He had a rental car in his policy. So if he wanted to get a rental car, the insurance company wasn't going to pay for it. So he had to pay for it if that was the case. So he decided to just catch the bus. So now check this out. Now you got people, at least half the people at his job gotta drive past his house to catch the bus, to get to work, right? And as a matter of fact, he told me there's some people that saw him at the bus stop, passing by, going to work, and they didn't stop and give him a ride. So check this out now. So check this out. Now, now he's been working around these people 5, 10 years. Because some people came after him. And these people gotta pass where he live at to get to work. And he's on the corner at the bus stop waiting. And he said one guy blew the horn. One guy blew the horn at him. And he was like, yo, I saw you at the bus stop, man. I started to stop, but I was driving too fast. So this is these are the people that he's spending all his time with. He think they like him or care about him, whichever the case is. So now, to make a long story short, he loses his job because he showed up late. Because when you catch public transportation, doesn't guarantee that you're gonna get to your destination on time. So he lost his job because he was late 3 times within a 30-day time span. So now, the supervisor that he used to spend all his time with fired his ass. He didn't give him a break, didn't feel no empathy, or it was just business, And he hasn't seen none of those people since he got fired at the job. And now, now when he got fired, he put in for unemployment. Now he got to fight it. They're gonna challenge. They're gonna come up with all kind of bullshit story why he got fired or whatever. But he ended up getting unemployment. But his bills got behind because he didn't have no money saved, and now it took him about 3 months to catch up on all the bills. And the people that he used to work with, none of them called to check up on him. So this is what I'm talking about. See, this is what I'm saying. People don't really care about you. You are alone. I'm telling you. And women are not the exception to the rule. As a matter of fact, you know what's funny? Women tend to stick around you much longer than guys. That's been my experience. And maybe you might have a different experience. But women will give you a chance. Now they might leave too, but they'll stay around a little bit longer. But guys, They will cut you off quick. As soon as you tell a guy, as soon as a guy finds out that your car is total in an accident, he'll cut you off because he thinks that you're gonna ask him for a ride. Yeah, I'm saying I'm laughing, but hey, this type of shit has happened to me. That's why I can laugh about it now, but it wasn't funny when it was happening to me. I've had similar stories like this. I had stories where I've had times where I got fired at a job, and I haven't seen none of those people. I've seen one person. Yeah, I think I've seen maybe one or two. Well, I'm gonna say two people out of all the places I got fired from, which was a lie. I've seen two people from all those jobs in a 20-year span. That's it. I've never seen any of those other people ever again from the places I got fired from. And that's how it is. People don't really care about you. You are alone out here. If you don't build your own network of people, if you don't actively take control of your life, this is why I always say you got to make as much money as possible, and take that money and invest it into other assets, other means of income, because you can't depend solely on one income. I'm telling you, because if you lose your job, how long can you go without a paycheck? How much money do you have saved? Most people don't have no money, much money saved, if any. Most people live from paycheck to paycheck. That's why I started the other channel, the day job bailout plan, because I've been online for a long time, about 10 years now, and I've seen a lot of people come and go. And there's a lot of stuff that I do besides coming online and talking to you. There's a lot of stuff I do outside of just giving advice, because I just never, I remember at one point, I lost everything. I lost my job. I lost all my money, and my car got broken in, and I got evicted in the following month. So now somebody stole all my money, which was $5,000 at the time. I lost my job. My car got broken in. I barely have enough money to even get my car repaired to pay the deductible. Deductible was $250 at the time. I barely had enough money to do that. I only had one income at the time. So now I'm looking for another job. You know, I'm about to get evicted. I didn't really have any. I didn't really have any friends like I have today back then. So now I'm feeling like a fool. I feel like I played myself. I'm hanging around these people all this time, and now, I feel like kind of deserted. I feel like I'm on an island all by myself. So I learned a valuable lesson, and I said, hey, this will never happen to me again. And it hasn't happened to me again like that. I will never depend on one stream of income, and I'll never have all my money in one place. Because at the time, I had my money in my closet, and whoever stole it knew exactly where it was at. So it was somebody that knew me, because when the apartment got broken in, they went straight, uh, based on the shoe prints, they went straight to the closet. They didn't search in the dresser or under the mattress or any of the obvious place that people look for money. They went straight to the closet, and they got the money and walked straight out the door. They didn't. Nothing was messy. Nothing was really out of place at all, really. So I learned a valuable lesson. Don't keep all your money in one place, and don't put all your eggs in one basket. And always always keep hustling. Always. I've never had. I promised myself that day I will never put myself in a position like that because, see, I don't like being dependent on anybody. You know, not saying I don't like asking people for favors, but I don't want to be in a position where I have to depend on this one person. I have to depend on them for, my livelihood or something that I really want to do. I like to have options. So see, the thing is, having much more money gives you much more options. See, if your money is always messed up, you can't even escape the chaos. You can't even escape the chaos, man. I'm telling you. It's like some of these towns, some of these cities, it's just like some of these like big cities like New York City, LA, Chicago, Atlanta. It's just chaos in some of these big cities. So I mean, if you live in any of these cities, you have to be about the money. I mean, you're kind of gonna be forced to. I mean, people are doing all kinds of scandalous things living in these cities. Most people can't even afford to stay in these big cities, but they're there and they're just preying on everybody that they get close to, or they can put their palms on, basically. So you always gotta watch who you have in your circle and watch the company that you keep. But what I can tell you, man, nobody really cares about you. It's a dog eat dog world, like they used to say when I was growing up. Really, nobody really cares, man. You know, that's just what it is. It's hard, but it's fair. The truth is truth. You know, nobody cares, man. Most people uh think about every day. They think about having a good time, going to the bar, the restaurant, going out of town. Most people just want to be entertained, mostly. They think about what they can get out of you. Because see, most women think like this. The more they can get out of you, the more freedom they'll have for themselves. That's how a lot of women think out here. It's like if I can extract as much as I can get out of you as quick as possible, I'll have more freedom. That's how they think, but that don't work either. It don't work. It don't work out for most women, obviously. You know, but that's how a lot of people. That's how a lot of women think out here. But most women that they don't care about you either. By the way, you think it's just people need to learn how to love each other. People don't. I mean, most people look how they interact with people. They don't smile. Most people, if you go to some place like New York City, for example, this is a good example. You go to New York City, people acting like robots. They're walking around. Nobody's looking at anybody. Nobody's smiling. As a matter of fact, if you talk to somebody in New York City, like walking down the street, they'll look at you like you're crazy because they're programmed. They're conditioned to be that way. They're like roaches. And they're roaches. They're walking around, not saying anything, walking past everybody, walking in front of everybody, walking around people. And, nobody's seen shit, nobody heard shit. That's that mentality up there. They're like, that's how roaches act. They come out at night, but they got roaches during the day in New York City. You know, that's the mentality that's out here. And you got people that come from other countries that go to New York City. They love it up there because they like roaches too. It's a perfect city for somebody that's coming from Asia or Europe. New York City is perfect for them because where they came from, they have the same mentality as people in New York City. It's the fast life. Everybody's hustling and bustling. You know, everybody's scamming. There's a lot of schemes and scams up there too. And then you know why it has to be that way? It's designed to be that way because the cost of living is so high, and it's just too many people around. It's too many people living on top of each other. So something's bound to happen. And it's just by design. Look, if you got, I don't know how many people in New York City, 8 million, probably more than that. It's more than that by now. The last I checked, it was like 8 million. It's probably 10 million or better by now. If you have that many people in an area like that, it's only a matter of time before something happens. It might be man-made, or it might be, just somebody just stupid, or somebody just, I don't know, just don't care. But that's just what it is out here. Nobody's ever going to care as much as you. I can guarantee you that. That's just what it is, man. You know, and you can get all caught up in your feelings all you want. Nobody cares. So if anything happens to you, you get sick, nobody really cares. They'll be like, "Oh, sorry to hear that," you know, you know, and then 5 minutes later they'll move on like nothing happened. Won't even check up on you. That's it. That's what you have out here. Nobody cares. But if something happens to somebody else, some celebrity or somebody in the public eye, oh, they'll be talking about that person for a long time, days, weeks, months. But something happened to you, you live next door to them. It's like, or you might be a family member, or you might be your so-called friend. Something happened to you, they don't have really nothing to say. It's like, oh, poor little sap. I didn't know you were sick like that. Whatever, you know. People are so backwards out here today. They like pets. They like dogs more than human beings out here. They like dogs more than you. Dogs have more rights than you. How does that make you feel? Dogs have more rights than you. If you shoot a dog, if you kill a dog, in some states, you could go to jail. If you abuse a dog or kill a dog, you could end up in jail. But if I get killed, this person could walk. This is why I say you have no friends. The laws is biased. The system is not on my side. You know how many times I've been pulled over by cops? I stopped counting when I got the 20. I stopped counting. I think I got pulled over more times than I got tickets. Yeah, I got pulled over more times without getting a ticket. And why did I get pulled over most of the time? Because I don't fit the description of somebody that should be driving a certain type of car or somebody that's in a certain type of neighborhood. Or I got them profiled many times. I get uh, bad service many times. I go through the airport. A couple months ago, I was traveling. Uh, yeah, I was going to Louisiana. Yeah, this is last year. Yeah, this is last year. And I was checking my bag in, and I asked the the person at the desk, "Hey, basically, could you help me with this?" Basically, he completely ignored me. He completely ignored me and went to help somebody else. So I was like, "Oh, fuck you." So I just figured out on my own. I checked my bag in, and that was it. He came over there. I was done. So I said, "Fuck you." This stuff happens all the time. I'm like, I might go to a resort, and the level of service that I get is different. It's not the same compared to everybody else. I'm talking like from the way someone greets me, all the way to you know checking me in the room, everything. And see, I observe how these staff members interact with other people. So there's a different level of service. There's different, sometimes there's a different protocol. It just depends on who the person is, really. There's, I mean, it's been situations where I've been around, even some white people was around. And, I test a lot of things out. That's one thing you should incorporate. If someone tells you something, go test it out. I don't care what it is. Because it might not work out for you. It might work out for some people, but it might not work out for you. But if somebody ever tells you something, and if you think it's a good idea, go test it out. And it's been situations that happen with as far as customer service goes, maybe some problems that I might have, and sometimes you might have to pick up the phone and call somebody. So it's been times where I pick up the phone and call. I say, "Hey, do you have this available, that available?" And the person said, "No, we sure don't. Can't help you with that." Okay, all right, bye, whatever. So I call a friend of mine. She's a white woman, and I told her, "Hey, call this place and ask them if they got this service available." Right? And we got almost every time it was a different response. Almost every time. And I've seen this in person, and I've been like right there when the person made the call. So this is the type of shit that I've been learning and uh, basically navigating around for the past 20 years. Really, because whatever I choose to get involved in, I like to be the best. I'm not gonna let anything or anybody stop me unless I don't know they have a weapon or some shit or whatever. But as far as public policy or anything like that, or I don't care what the president does, I'm gonna find a way around it, whatever it is. I just had that drive and determination. I don't give up so easily. So that's probably what you're gonna have to do too. It's not gonna be smooth sailing, and no one's gonna really care. As a matter of fact, most people are probably gonna try to talk you out of most of the things that you try. That's what they do. They try to talk you out of it. They said, "Oh, you work too hard. Oh, you need to take a break. Come on, let's go to the club or whatever." That type of shit. People do that. And I I sacrifice a lot of that stuff. I let a lot of that shit go. Or the club and or every weekend, I let all that shit go. I haven't went to the club in like over. Actually, I haven't went to an actual nightclub in probably like 4 years now. Yeah, every once in a while I'll go to a strip club or something like that, or a bar and grill, but that's very rare. I haven't actually went to a nightclub in like years, 4 years. You know, because I look at it like this: you're gonna have to sacrifice something. You have to let something go if you want to move forward and get better in life. You can't. Some people say, "Hey, you can have it all." No, you can't have it all. You know, if I told you, see, a lot of people aren't willing to sacrifice something or make the sacrifice for their kids or next generation or to have a better life. Because see, if I, for example, if I told you if you do this for the next 5 years, you be able to be free, live where you want, have as much money as you want, work with the people that you want, and be around and help other people that you care about the most, people you love the most, and really live the life that you want. Healthy, free. If I said that to most people, and if I gave them the blueprint, A to Z, on paper, video format, whatever, most people would not do it. And the reason why they wouldn't do it is because they can't see the end result in their mind. They can't see it. If they can't see it, they don't believe it. And that's how most people are. That's why most people they don't really accomplish very much in life. They do the same old average shit that most people do in life. They go to finish high school. A lot of them go to college. They come out of college, get a job. They might get married, have kids, get a house. They'll they'll slave. They'll work their ass off slaving for 20, 30 years, take care of the household, and die broke. That's what most people do. Yeah, they don't. They don't do anything outside the box. They don't create nothing. They don't start nothing. They don't. They're not really trendsetters. They're just happy just working a job. I mean, people live their whole life 40, 50, 60 years. And they haven't really done anything different from the majority of people they grew up around. They just worked a job for since they came out of college or high school, and the job they have 9 times out of 10 don't have anything to do with what they majored in college. And the job that they work in, they probably change jobs 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 times in a 20, 30 year span or whatever. Then they're not making enough money on that job to take care of their family. They're struggling really, you know. But nobody cares if they're struggling. People have their own problems. They don't see the value of friendship. They don't see the value of family in most cases today. Families, is pretty much split up today. It's broken, you know. So they'll just go to the job, get mistreated. People just tolerate them. Most people at work, they don't like you. They just act like they like you. Nobody really likes each other at the jobs. That's why when you get fired or laid off, whichever comes first, you never see these people again. Might see one or two of them. That's it. You know. So at the end of the day, nobody really cares about you, man. You got to learn how to take care of yourself. That's why I started my own channel, the Day Job Bailout Plan. Go over there and subscribe. Don't cheat yourself, treat yourself. You deserve it. If you don't think you deserve better, well, something's wrong with you. Maybe you need to go see a shrink if you don't think you deserve better. You know, maybe you need professional help. If you don't know who you are, maybe you need professional help too. If you don't like what you see when you look in the mirror, maybe you definitely need professional help. You definitely need to talk to somebody if you don't like what you see when you look in the mirror. Because if you don't like what you see when you look in the mirror, you're not going to be able to get into anyone else. And everyone else that comes into your life, you're going to sabotage it. It is what it is. So, hey, that's all I got in this video, man. I'm about to be out of here. I'm about to go to Target. Yeah. I'm about to go to Target, man. I'm about to go buy me some music. Yeah. And go buy a book. You know what I'm about to go buy Tiffany Haddish book. The Last Black Unicorn. Yeah. The Last Black Unicorn by Tiffany Haddish. She's a funny comedian. She got skills. Hey, you know, gotta love Tiffany Haddish, right? She got a good story. She grew up hard. She got skills. She make you laugh. She make you cry. But she entertains you all at the same damn time. So hey, if you like what you heard, share this video. Check out my books. Love Can't Wait on Amazon.com. Check out my website, chooseyourrelationships.com. Check out my Patreon, patreon.com/sharp game. Get at me on Instagram. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.